Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on The Casey Malone Show.
Today, we pay a visit to Michael Kovach at Walnut Hill Farm. And Casey prepares sausage-stuffed zucchini. But first, the film shot in the Mahoning Valley, Them That Follow, is now in local theaters.
The serpent will purify you. The serpent will cleanse you. Come on. Come on and get clean.
Well, as you know, they've been filming locally, Them That Follow, and Michael Helfand is the producer from Amasia that helped put this whole deal together. And he had a great idea. Let's do the interview at the Warner Brothers Theater. I mean, the people that really brought the movie business to the world.
Absolutely. When I heard about this theater, I said, what better place than right here in the middle of Youngstown to talk about our film.
Now, how did you come to decide upon Youngstown as a location for this film?
Excellent question. So we have a partner on the movie, G-Base Entertainment, which is Danielle Robinson and Gerard Butler and Alan Siegel, and they brought the project to us initially. And Danielle had heard about this special program in Youngstown that would facilitate some of the financing for the film. And you need to understand that in the first instance, we always look for a state or a jurisdiction that has a tax credit. So before we even got to Youngstown, it was a critical factor that Ohio has a very nice
and Pennsylvania
state.
does,
Exactly. A lot of the states do, right? So Ohio has a competitive state tax credit. That was a critical factor. But we could have gone to a lot of places, as you point out. We could have gone to Kentucky. We could have gone to a lot of other places. And the conversation with Youngstown was they provide this float loan, they call it. And the most important thing to know about that is that there's no risk to the city whatsoever. It's fully guaranteed and backed by my company. So the city has no performance risk, no risk at all of repayment. But for us, it facilitates and it lowers our cost of capital. So that was a benefit.
Well, Michael Leahy is with Strike Accord, and you do all kind of things too. I mean, all you movie people wear a lot of hats, don't you?
We do, yeah. It's one of those jobs which I love about it. You never know where you're going to be, who you're going to be working with, and then a lot of times you're loading up the trucks at the end of the night or making sure the coffee's hot for the crew at any given moment of the day. So you wear multiple hats.
Now, you were the line producer on this film.
Them That Follow, yes. I've known Michael Helfand for about 15 years and had a strong connection with him as producers on some movies that we made together, and then hadn't seen or talked to him much the last 5-6 years. And he called me up and said, I got this little movie, would you want to come and help make it? So
I'm glad you came. Now, what were your impressions of our beautiful region?
Well, it's funny because a lot of times what I'll do is when I'm given a script and a budget and a location, because sometimes the location I can find on my own. And this was locked and loaded, like here's the script, here's the budget, and this is where you got to shoot it. So on my own time and dime, I drove out to Youngstown just to see the area and understand it and meet some of the core people here, just so I could confidently deliver the film in the end. What
are the duties of a line producer?
You're given a script and you're told kind of a budget range that they want to spend on the project. So it would be your job as a line producer to kind of build from the ground up the fiscal blueprint of what you're going to do, and then execute it. And then deliver the movie on budget, ideally. I mean, in the best case scenario, that's what we're supposed to do.
And you guys, this was a big deal to get the float loan and to accommodate this movie coming to our area.
Absolutely. We're really excited this came.
And when it was first, sent to council, You know, what was your first reaction? I mean, how did everybody feel about that?
Daniel came in and pitched the idea and the project, and everyone fell in love with it. I mean, we had been through this before with some other ones, but everything has to be aligned. There's the right bandwidth this is going to work for with the float loan, with their with the production, with everyone involved, and the pieces aligned for this. They really did.
What was your involvement, Michael? You really helped set up a lot of the logistics for everyone?
Yeah, well, so we spent a day together going around and seeing what a movie producer is actually looking for when they make a film, pitching different locations, talking about the businesses and services that could possibly be affected by having a movie. And then my role throughout the rest of the process was essentially to be hands to these producers and you know, give them whatever they needed, make contacts for them, you know, extend any bit of help that they were possibly looking for.
Is everything all right?
We're a community, son.
Thank you so much, Casey, for having us here. Our experience in Youngstown has been wonderful, and certainly something the entire cast and crew will remember forever. It was a love fest on many levels. A lot of people saying it was the best experience they've ever had. You know, you bring these people together that haven't worked together before and have never met, and then they tell you at the end of shooting that it was one of the best experiences they've ever had. I thank the city of Youngstown for welcoming us, and thank you, Casey, for having us here today.
Well, thank you. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Well, we are here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery, and I am with Rude the Dude. And let me tell you, there is no place I'd rather be than this patio. It is beautiful. Sunday Fun Day is every day.
Well, yeah, Casey, winter's almost over, so the patio season is coming. We have one of the biggest patios in Boardman. Every Saturday, live entertainment. Other special events that we do, we have a car cruise every Wednesday, taking up the whole lot. It's a great event, a lot of beautiful cars. Our farm to table menu, we still support local ingredients, local products, meat and cheese local. We also have our happy hour, Monday through Friday, half off all 41 craft beers on tap.
And a lot of local beers
and tons of local
too.
beer, tons of local beers. But it's just a great time to come out and enjoy Magic Tree.
The living is easy at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life, trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old World Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
R&S Paint is a locally owned paint store and not a paint department. Inspiration comes easy when choosing exciting Benjamin Moore colors and finish. Over 3,400 vibrant and durable colors are yours at R&S Paint.
Well, it is that time of year when the zucchini appears. I don't know why so many of my friends, family, neighbors all grow so many zucchini. but I have gotten a ton of them. And you're trying to figure out, what the heck am I gonna do with this stuff? I made lasagna, I made zucchini bread, and after a while you just get so sick of zucchini. You really do. The other day, I swear I had one, it was gigundous, huge. And it was so big, I couldn't even fit it in the baking dish. I had to use a cookie sheet, and I stuffed it with a sausage stuffing. And the normal large size ones are much easier to handle. So what I'm gonna do today is make sausage stuffed zucchini. It's delicious. This is a great little vehicle, and it's a good way to use up all the vegetables and the herbs and the things that you have been growing in your garden. It is perfect to make for this time of year. For this recipe, you'll need 1 extra large or 2 large zucchinis, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 large onion chopped, 1 green, red, or yellow bell pepper chopped, 5 cloves of fresh garlic minced, 1 pound of Italian hot sausage bulk, 2 tablespoons of fresh Italian flat leaf parsley chopped, 2 tablespoons of fresh oregano chopped, and 2 tablespoons of fresh basil chopped. You'll also need salt and pepper to taste, 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1/2 cup of Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, and 1/2 cup of fresh mozzarella shredded. I've prepared the zucchini. I had yellow and green, and I removed the ends and I scooped out the middle part. Now, this had a lot of seeds, so I discarded the seeds, but keep scraping the rest of the zucchini flesh and save that because we're gonna throw that into the mixture. So I have this one all cut up. Use a teaspoon, and all you have to do is just make like a little boat out of it. And you can see there's not a lot of seeds in this zucchini. So you just scrape it all out and try to leave about a 1/2 inch border so you can mound everything in it, and will hold the sausage mixture. So I'll put this in the prepared pan, and then I will put our zucchini guts to get ready to be cooked. And now we'll go over to the stove and get all of our ingredients ready for the sausage stuffing. I've heated the oil over medium-high in a fairly large skillet, and now I'm going to add the peppers and the onions. And I'm gonna cook this for about 3 to 5 minutes until they soften. Well, this smells awesome. It's softened nicely. Now I'll add the garlic. Cook that for about a minute or so. All right, and now we're going to add the leftover pieces of the squash, the zucchini, from hollowing it out. And we'll get this softened nicely for about 3 or 4 minutes. Well, this has softened nicely. So now I'm gonna dump this into this bowl and just set it aside for a few minutes. And then I am going to add, right in the same pan, the sausage. And we are gonna get this nice and browned till it is no longer pink. And I like hot sausage. Use your favorite brand, but if you are not a fan of the heat, I mean, this is a really versatile recipe. You can also use, you know, a regular, a sage, a sweet, whatever sausage you prefer. But I always say the hotter, the better. You can even throw jalapeno peppers in instead of bell. Well, the sausage is ready. It's nice and crumbled. Not a lot of fat in here, so I'm going to keep it. You can also drain it if you'd like. And now I'm gonna add all of the fresh herbs. The basil, parsley, and the oregano. And what's really nice is all of these herbs are from my garden. I really don't think it's gonna need a lot of salt because of the sausage and the cheese when we add it, but I do like some fresh ground pepper. And now we are going to add our cooked vegetables back into this mixture. Oh my gosh, look how pretty this is. It's so colorful. And I'm gonna turn off the heat And now we're going to add our seasoned breadcrumbs, because that's a nice binder, along with the cheese. And we'll just mix this really carefully. All right, now we'll go and stuff our zucchinis. All right, so just start filling up your little zucchini vessels. And you really want to mound it on, because this is really pretty much cooked. And what we're doing when we bake it is just softening up the zucchini and blending everything together. Make sure you preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Now, optional, if you'd like, I had a bunch of tomatoes left. You can sprinkle some fresh tomato on top. Just add another level of flavor, and I love yellow. I love the gold tomatoes. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top, but you don't have to do this. It's only, you know, I'm trying to use up all this food in my garden. And then cover it with foil, put it in the 400-degree oven, and bake it for 30 minutes. Well, after 30 minutes at 400, I've removed the foil, and now I'm going to put some shredded mozzarella on top. And then I'm going to throw it back in the oven for another 10 minutes to allow this to melt over top. And we'll keep it uncovered, and then we'll be ready to eat. Well, Jelane's finally decided to join.
I have.
Now that all the work is done.
And it smells so good.
She gives me all the zucchini people give her.
That's right.
She's like, do something with this. I don't know what to do with it. So, you were not here last week when I made a gazillion of these for Ken and I.
No, no.
So, you have not tasted it.
No, I haven't.
All right, let's watch in anticipation. Okay. What do you think, Mom?
I like the zucchini because it's not all mushy. It's a little crisp, which is good. I hate those vegetables that are like cotton.
You know, it's like pepper. You know, the pepper keeps it when you make your stuffed peppers. I mean, it really is delicious. I mean, you could do all kind of different variations. You can do a sweeter sausage. You could do a turkey.
Do a bread stuffing too.
And you could add more bread if you want. But I mean, really, this is low carb, high vegetable, and it is packed with flavor. And it's really pretty easy to make. And Jelaine and I just love our rosés.
Oh,
and
I do.
A very good value right now is Chateau Ste. Michelle out of Washington State. And this is the first time they've made a rosé. And it is excellent. It's a pretty blush color.
It's nice to drink American wine.
Yes, it is. And it's really well made. Good value.
Here's to us, none better.
Cheers. It is perfect with this.
It's perfect. It's nice for the summer. I love drinking rosé all summer.
That's right, all year. That's right, man.
That's right.
All right. So, now you know how delicious it is. Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com, and look for my sausage stuffed zucchini recipe. You will love it.
Okay,
Jelaine does.
It's so good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
am blessed with a wonderful husband. He's stuck with me through thick and thin, and he's a fantastic father. So when he needed long-term care, not just any place would do, we did our research. Everyone said, trust the name you know, Briarfield. With all those locations, there's always one close. That made it easy for me and the kids to visit more often, Briarfield.
Trust the name you know, Briarfield, proudly serving the Valley for over 20 years.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
I personally feel that Forever Mark is the best because only 1% of diamonds can even become a Forever Mark diamond.
Diamonds take millions of years to be formed in the ground, and it's not very pretty. Once you get to that inner core of the diamond, it really can give beauty and light.
Forever Mark goes beyond the technical qualities of the 4 C's. They hand-pick diamonds that are truly beautiful.
Get real, get Kamara.
We're over here at Walnut Hill Farm in Sharpsville, and Michael Kovac, the owner, is going to take us on a field trip. Well, I am really excited about this. Give me the background. How long have you been in, raising beef and lamb and pig?
Well, we started here in 2008, and I guess 8 years, or we're into our 8th year. Started out with some lamb, or some ewes, and bred them for lambs. I have grown that flock now to, last year we bred 42 ewes. And we started with feeder cattle, and now we've got our own brood herd as well, so we've bred 15 this year, and we keep around 18 to 20 feeder cattle grazing around here almost all year round.
Boss!
They really do.
Boss!
Way better than Chewy.
Boss! Hey,
what do they think they're going to get when they come running up?
That they just know that they're moving someplace, or getting a bale of hay, or getting water, or whatever.
Now, Michael, grass-fed, so they get hay, they graze right here on this field.
Well, this is one of the fields. There's about 40 acres fenced in here, and we rotate all our feeders and all our brood cows through those 40 acres from down there to up here, and we manage it pretty intensively. So this time of year, this field in particular, we overseeded, and I was keeping them on here an extra long bit of time to get some of the extra cover off, and their hoof action give a little better soil seed contact for the seed that we've put in here. So we try to do it with multiple species. We'll run cattle and sheep in the same place at different times, or at the same time. We'll go over and see the flirt here in a little while. It's half flock, half herd. They're feeder cattle and ewes over there, and lambs. So they're mutually beneficial for the ground and for each other. We've got them set stocked in about 20 acres down here, and then these guys and 15 brood cows are in and out of another 20 acres up here. Soon these guys will combine with the feeders, and we'll move them around as a unit in small, like very small, like half-acre lots, and just run them there for a day or two until they get it grazed down to a third, a third, a third. And then move them to the next one. And it builds soil every time they move. Hey sheep, come sheep!
Oh, God love
Hey sheep, come sheep! The goats we just kind of keep for companions and for pasture maintenance. They like things that nobody else wants to eat.
Really?
Yep. And the girls,
hi buddy.
The girls here do get names, but this is Blondie. Blondie, Thelma, and Louise. Louise has hoof problems. We've been doctoring. Hey sheep, come sheep! This field that we just walked through, I'll be fitting down here pretty directly and planting Sudan grass, because that's one of the strategies that we've kind of adopted. It's a hot season grass. It grows like hell. It's basically sorghum and Sudan grass crossed.
That's great.
It's persnickety in that if it's been cloudy for a week at a time, don't graze it, because it's built nitrates up and it can prussic acid poison kill your whole herd.
Oh, wow.
If it's been frosted, leave it alone for 7 to 10 days, and then you can graze it. So that's another thing we're going to try and do more of, is stockpile forages rather than cutting them and baling them and wrapping them. Just leaving them in the field to grow yay high, and before winter hits, and then run them through there in January. Let them eat that stuff up. It's the same stuff that I would be burning diesel to bale.
Right.
And that way they're running around and spreading manure and hoof action and all the good stuff.
So you have the Black Angus beef.
Yep.
You have the lamb. You have pork. And you have the chickens.
Right. And we only run chickens through the summer. Like we do put a post up every week on our Facebook page on Wednesday. We're open on Thursdays from 10 to 6. So we put a post up on Wednesday kind of outlining what's available that next day. And then we often open for other folks by appointment. Just contact us through Facebook or by email or whatever, and we'll open. Like earlier, there was a couple here that missed last Thursday and were jonesing for beef, and
they showed up. Yeah.
Well, if you can accommodate, you will, of course. And
no,
they
we
were.
live here, so we try to do our best to accommodate whenever we can. We just let the animals kind of live how they evolved to live and eat how they evolved to eat. They didn't evolve to grow up in a barn and be stuffed full of this, that, or the other.
Probably why they taste better.
Chickens like to be out scratching around in the sunshine, eating bugs and grass and doing what the chickens do. So we just let the animals do what they do and harness that in different ways. Like I was talking about opening up new silvopasture using hogs. Running hogs through there, they open it up, grass comes back. Guess what likes grass? Cows and sheep.
There you go. Right.
So we're
ecosystem.
It's all tied together, and it breaks up parasite cycles, makes excellent quality meat. We just let them do what they're evolved to do.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.